Today, October 7th, I speak. And I will not whisper because you have delayed too many times when your own heart begged you to listen. You are not lost. You are not late. And you are not overlooked. I have been arranging a meeting that is not on any calendar, a timing that does not depend on clocks. And yet your spirit can feel the seconds gathering like rain before a storm. Do not try to skip this. I am near to you, close enough to breathe courage into your chest and steady the trembling places that no one else sees. Archangel Michael stands watch by your doorway tonight. His armor is as quiet as moonlight, and his voice as firm as morning. He says, "This person wants you and only you." And when you hear the reason, you'll blush, not from shame, but from recognition, because you will finally see what I have been growing in you when you thought nothing was happening. The favor that hovered like a promise is taking form. The kindness you gave when it seemed unnoticed has become a key. The strength you learned by walking through fire will now be the warmth that lights another life. Listen, beloved. The desire to choose you did not begin humanly. It began in my design. You think billionaire and imagine money, headlines, and distance. I think billionaire and see clay, breath, and assignment. I see a person I formed with gifts to build, to hire, to open doors, to shift cities, but also a person who can be lonely in noisy rooms, a person who needs truth without price tags and loyalty without performance. I am not pairing you with wealth. I am pairing you with purpose. Understand this, you are not being bought. You are being sought. You are not being recruited to disappear into someone else's shadow. You are being revealed so that two lights will multiply instead of one light burning out. There is a reason you have felt a pull to refine small things, how you speak, how you rest, how you guard your peace. I have been shaping you for a conversation that will not be scripted. They will ask what you actually see when everyone else repeats trends, and you will answer from the quiet eye built inside you. They will test for flattery, and you will answer with truth that heals. They will watch for greed, and you will answer with stewardship. And the moment you answer, something stirs in them, a relief they did not know they needed. And they will say, "This is the one." When you hear the reason, you will blush, because it will sound like the secret prayer you whispered weeks ago when no one was watching. There are 29 seconds of courage that will decide months of blessing, not the count of a ticking clock, but the window of obedience when your turn arrives. In that window, step forward. Do not downgrade your voice. Do not apologize for your growth. Do not perform meekness that I did not ask you to wear. True humility is agreeing with what I say about you. I call you chosen. I call you steady. I call you necessary. Where my words are, not your doubt. Michael has been busy around your name. He has folded away the files of people who watched you only to copy you. He has closed the doors that would have wasted you. He has rerouted conversations that mentioned you with envy and bent them towards silence so your seed would not be dug up by wrong hands. He says to you, "I have not come to frighten you. I have come to escort you." You feel watchful eyes. Do not fear them. You feel unseen helps. Lean into them. You feel the air thicken with possibility. Breathe and step. I have chosen this date deliberately. The calendar is not holy, but this day is useful because your heart is ready enough to move and soft enough to listen. Do not despise the steps that led here, the quiet mornings, the confused nights, the days you felt skipped, the praise that never came, the apology you never received. All of it trained your tongue to bless and your feet to stand. You will not collapse in rooms you were built to influence. Understand what want means in my language. It is not hunger without wisdom. It is alignment with design. You have something that cannot be taught in a seminar, a way of seeing value before it shines. You have room in you to hold both vision and patience. You have learned to build without bitterness. This is why I am sending someone who has resources but needs rhythm, who has scale but needs soul, and you will not lose yourself. The agreement must honor the peace I have placed in you. If it doesn't, the door is not mine. Let it close, and I will open another. Before this door swings, prepare your yes and your no. Your yes must be clean, free of proving something to the ones who doubted you, free of the need to finally show them. Your no must be clear. No to terms that choke your voice, no to speed that tramples your boundaries, no to secrecy that hides your light. When your yes is clean and your no is clear, you are unpurchasable and unstoppable. You are safe to bless at scale. I see you searching your past for a disqualifier. You find the mistake, the delay, the detour, the season you called wasted. Give it to me. I redeem time. I extract wisdom. I wash away shame so thoroughly that it cannot be glued back to your name by anyone's opinion. Let the past be the classroom, not the prison. You will not be welcomed today to pay for yesterday. You are welcomed because I have prepared you for tomorrow. There is a conversation coming that will begin with something ordinary, a meeting request, a forwarded message, a friend of a friend. Do not trip over its normal clothes. Gold often arrives in brown envelopes. The first exchange will not announce its size. It will test your center. Speak simply, think clearly, and ask me inwardly for timing on every word. I will quicken you when to pause and when to press. I will show you when to listen for what they cannot say in public. I will give you a sentence that unlocks trust. When it arrives, deliver it gently. A door will click open that even they thought was stuck. You've told yourself that you are better at beginnings than continuity. That ends today. I give you endurance without hardness, consistency without boredom, focus without isolation. I am stretching your capacity quietly like a seam expanded without tearing the cloth. You will keep your friends who celebrate your character, and you will make new friends who strengthen your calling. You will not trade tenderness for toughness. You will be a soft voice with a steel spine. And the rooms that tried to bend you before will find themselves bending toward peace. Michael speaks again. Guard your rest. In the swirl of emails, offers, and sudden attention, the most radical choice you will make is to sleep when I say sleep, to eat when I say eat, to walk when I say walk. Your body is not an inconvenience. It is the instrument I chose to place your calling inside. If you burn it to impress strangers, you will dim what I am trying to amplify. I am not hurried. I am precise. Walk with me at my pace. Doors that I open will not require frantic knocking to remain open. There is a tender reason they want you. It is not a trick. It is not a test you will fail. It is memory. They remember the moment you were a stranger to them, then chose integrity when convenience offered shortcuts. They remember an article you wrote that carried truth without shaming anyone by name. They remember a meeting where you defended a junior voice and redirected credit correctly. They remember a small product you made that worked for ordinary people instead of dazzling a stage for applause. They watched from a distance and said, "If only there were a way to build with someone like that." I answered their longing by maturing you, and I answered your longing by positioning them. Now your paths intersect by my design. Do not invent a lesser version of yourself to make others comfortable. The mantle on you fits only at full size. Speak blessing before you negotiate. Bless the room. May it be a place where truth is easy and greed is bored. Bless the people. May they be more whole after this partnership than before. Bless the outcomes. May they serve families, cities, and futures you will never meet. When you bless first, you sow the climate you wish to breathe. I am not only sending you to be chosen. I am sending you to choose. Choose peace over spectacle. Choose clarity over speed. Choose processes that people can live in, not just launch days they can clap for. Choose counsel, not crowds. Choose to remain teachable when you become visible. Choose to take notes on your own heart so that when praise arrives, it praises the right things and corrects what pressure might exaggerate. I will give you signs as you walk, so you do not feel alone. A stranger will echo a phrase from your childhood that I used to comfort you. A door you abandoned will open again, not for nostalgia but for closure, and you will know to step past it. A message will arrive unusually timed, bearing a sentence that answers a question you did not ask out loud. These are not parlor tricks. They are hand squeezes from heaven. Keep going. I am here to the fear that says, what if they change their mind? Hear me. People can change their minds, and I remain. If this door shifts, you will not be stranded in a hallway of regret. I do not corner my children. I shepherd them. I have more than one path to the place called good, but right now, this is the door I am lighting, and your inner peace will agree with me as you approach. Let that peace be your umpire. When voices get loud, step back into the quiet where I wait to anchor you again. You will be tempted to over-explain your story to earn trust. Resist. Share enough to be known and keep enough to be guarded. Let your work speak. Let your consistency preach. Let your boundaries be gentle fences with unlocked gates. You decide who enters. You do not need to chain the gate to feel safe. The ones I am sending will respect the fence. Your family line needed someone to negotiate blessing with wisdom. You have been trained for this with 1,000 small choices. The blessing you carry is not just a contract. It is a culture shift. It will heal a kind of hurry that has hurt people. It will teach a kind of excellence that cares. It will model a kind of courage that does not humiliate. People watching from far away will feel permission to stop performing and start building with love again. When this person sits across from you, look at their eyes. Behind the resources is a story. Behind the story is a child I have loved since before they had a name on any list. See that child. Speak to that heart. When you do, negotiations will become collaboration, and collaboration will become stewardship. Your words will stop a quiet panic in them that no metric ever calmed. They will think they found a partner. I will know I reunited assignments that were written to meet. Now take practical steps. Put your documents in order. Clarify what you actually want to build this quarter, not everything you hope to build in 10 years. Write down the 3 non-negotiables that protect your joy. Decide in advance which opportunities you will decline even if the number is large. Line up counsel who love you more than they love your access. Pray over your devices. Not every ping deserves your attention. Keep day 1 simple and holy. Leave room for me to surprise you. The shyness you fear when attention arrives will melt the moment you remember this truth. You are not performing, you are participating. I have been with you in small rooms. I will be with you in larger ones. Your job has not changed. Love me. Love people. Tell the truth. Build what blesses. Rest. When I say rest, if the lights get bright, close your eyes and nod to me. I will wink back with a peace that no camera can capture. Michael lifts his hand now, not to threaten, but to signal. The time that felt like waiting was actually weaving. Threads you could not see are now a pattern. Do not tug at loose ends trying to hurry it. Wear the garment. Walk through the door I have prepared. If a question rises in the first minute, ask me inside. I answer on the spot. If a memory tries to shame you in the second minute, hand it to me. I wash it and give it back as wisdom. If a wave of emotion hits in the third minute, breathe. You are not about to drown. You are about to sail. You have asked me many times, why me? Because you let me make you. Because you stayed when leaving would have felt like winning. Because you gathered crumbs of hope and fed others while you were still hungry. Because you learned the language of kindness in the dark. I am not rewarding you like a vending machine. I am releasing what I built in you to meet what I built in another. When purpose meets purpose, both people breathe. Do not try to skip this. Skipping would be skipping yourself. Stand up, beloved. Smooth your shoulders. Drink water. Bless the day out loud. If you need to cry for a minute, cry and feel the salt remind you that you are alive, not a mask. Then smile, not to impress, but because you sense me smiling first. You are not walking into a trap. You are walking into a prepared place. If words fail you at any moment, use the ones I gave. Here I am. Here I am with the gifts I have, not the ones I pretend to have. Here I am with the pace you taught me, not the rush the world demanded. Here I am with boundaries that honor the life you entrusted to me. Here I am to build something that will outlive applause. When you say, "Here I am," heaven hears and angels shift in your favor. Now go. Today, October 7th, is not magic. It is marked. The 29 seconds are not pressure. They are permission. The blush you will feel is not embarrassment. It is my delight rising in your skin. A person wants you and only you, because I formed you for a work only you can do as you. Let others run to clamor. You will walk to covenant. Let others collect moments. You will cultivate meaning. And as you do, watch how I multiply peace around you like seed catching a true wind. I am with you in every room you enter. I am the quiet strength in your back and the soft light on your face. I am the wisdom in your questions and the anchor in your no. I am the joy that refuses to leak while you pour. I am the reason that what begins today will not end in noise, but in nourishment. Not in smoke, but in shelter. Not in headlines, but in homes that feel safer because you were faithful. Go now. Michael opens the way. Your steps are steady. Your name is known. Your heart is kept. And your yes, clean and simple, will be enough. I speak to you in the quiet place that exists beneath the rush of your thoughts and above the burden of your worries. Where the air is clear and the light does not dim, where your heartbeat learns a gentler rhythm and your hope remembers its true size. Today, October 7th, I set a seal upon your day that cannot be broken by gossip, fear, or delay. I roll back the fog of confusion. I lift the curtain from what was hidden. I send my messenger to your door with the urgency you feel even now in your chest. Do not try to skip this. Do not turn away as if this were ordinary. This is the hour that steps out of the calendar and speaks your name in a voice that sounds like home. Archangel Michael stands on the threshold of your next chapter, with sword sheathed and hand extended, because the battle that frightened you has already ended in a victory you have not yet seen. He says to you, "Listen, because I am permitted to tell you what will make you blush and breathe again. You have asked me why your timing felt off, why conversations dissolved, why your preparation felt excessive for doors that wouldn't open. I was not ignoring you. I was aligning you. You were not waiting on life. Life was waiting for you to stand in your fuller stature, unafraid to be loved, unafraid to be chosen, unafraid to take up the space your purpose requires. Today, I send a sign that looks like a person whose resources are heavy and whose heart has been made soft. The world would call him a billionaire. I call him a steward assigned to unlock a room you could not enter with your own key. He wants you not as a decoration for his empire, not as a borrowed voice to make his name seem kinder, but because he has seen a blueprint I placed in your hands before you were afraid of your own light. When he says only you, he is repeating the echo of a conversation. I began with him in the night when his success rattled like coins in an empty bowl, and he asked if there was anything he could build that would actually matter. I showed him your face. He did not know your street or your schedule, but he felt your frequency. The way your life hums at the pitch of mercy. The way your words steady people who pretend they do not need stabilizing. He has seen a glimpse of the plan. Your integrity is the missing cornerstone. Your story is the testimony that will butter the hinges of doors that refuse to move. Your creative fire is the warmth that will keep an ambitious house from freezing itself with pride. You have 29 seconds before he changes his mind. Not because my will is fickle, but because human courage is small and the winds of opinion are harsh. Hear me. I am not measuring you with a stopwatch. I am measuring your willingness to act while your faith is still warm. I am telling you that hesitation has stolen from you before, and I will not let it steal this. When the invitation reaches you through a message, a call, a chance meeting that feels scripted, answer with a simple yes. Not a yes wrapped in apology, Not a yes that reads like a disclaimer for your own greatness. A yes that stands upright. A yes that agrees with what I have already said about you when I formed you. A yes that says, I am ready to carry what is mine. You have told me that love is complicated, that trust is risky, that power is a room where tenderness suffocates. You have watched people gather wealth and misplace themselves. You have promised me you would rather be poor and kind than rich and ruined. I recorded that promise with joy. It is why I can give you this without worrying it will rot you from the inside out. Hear how my protection wraps around this door. You are not being purchased. You are being partnered. You are not surrendering your voice. You are being handed a stage you will use to call other hearts back from the ledge of their exhaustion. You are not a trophy. You are a threshold. Michael leans near and whispers what will make you blush. Because the reason you are wanted is not just your skill or your brilliance. It is the way you carry goodness without announcing it, the way you forgive without keeping receipts, the way your laughter cleans a room, the way rain cleans a city. There is a kindness about you that never asked to be noticed. And because it did not beg, it is noticeable in heaven. You have prayed in secret for people who would never return the favor. You have sown in fields that could not pay you back. You have paused your own ascent to tie the loose laces of a stranger's hope. Heaven counted these as investments with compounding interest, and now the harvest arrives dressed in the unlikely costume of a powerful human who has discovered the limits of power without purity. I will not let flattery trap you, will not let attention seduce you into forgetting who you are. I will add spine to your compassion, vision to your tenderness, and strategy to your sincerity. The offer that's coming is not perfect. It is human, but my favor will be the correction fluid on every flawed detail. Ask wise questions. Require clarity in writing. Keep your counsel with me. And still do not stall until the window cools and closes. You asked me for a sign that would end the rumor in your mind that you are replaceable. This is that sign. The scarcity lie is dismissed. The audition has ended. You will not be asked to perform desperation. Today, October 7th, watch how I thread alignment through your hours. The message you almost ignore will pulse a little brighter. The meeting you nearly cancel will feel buoyant. The person who mentions a name you recognize will do it twice as if an unseen hand nudged their memory. These are small bells ringing you toward a larger door. When you feel the familiar tremor of, "Not me," answer it with the deeper knowing that says, "Heaven has rehearsed me for this." Do not say you are unready. You are only unused at this scale. Unused is not unworthy. Unused is not unseen. Unused is what instruments are before the concert starts. I have not forgotten your aching places. The tenderness you miss is not a punishment. It is a reserve protected so it may be poured where it will multiply and not evaporate. I am not sending you into rooms to be adored and abandoned. I am sending you where your devotion will be honored with structure. I am not sending you into projects whose deadlines devour Sabbath. I am sending you into work where rest is part of the design because joy is part of the outcome. I am not sending you to be diluted. I am sending you to be distilled so that your truest notes ring clear and long. Michael says, remove the costume of unworthiness. That robe does not fit. It never did. Forgive yourself for believing narratives that trimmed you smaller than your assignment. Lay down the memory of comparisons that made you feel late or behind. You are on time for your life. The door you feared would shut has been held by an angel's palm for this exact minute. Step through with the posture of someone who knows they are loved, not tolerated. Loved enough for heaven to engineer introductions that no algorithm could predict. Loved enough for resources to recognize you. loved enough for influence to relax in your presence because it senses it will be stewarded, not exploited. To the worry that says, "What if this is a trap?" I give you discernment that sees beneath compliments and beyond contracts. Your spirit will itch when a line is crooked. Your peace will surge when a path is straight. Trust the signs I've taught your body, the grounded breath, the open chest, the unhurried clarity. When your inner weather is calm, proceed. When the sky of your heart goes sudden black and crackles with dread, pause and ask me again. I will answer. I will not play hide and seek with your future. I am the Father who loves to make things plain in time to choose. Well, there are people who would rather see you stay small because your expansion requires them to confront their own stagnation. Bless them and do not wait for their permission. There are memories that would rather hold you hostage because they were the only architecture you trusted. Thank them for what they taught you and walk out into larger air. There are versions of you that learned how to survive by shrinking. Let them sleep. Your thriving does not betray your humility. It fulfills it. To kneel before me and then stand before kings is not contradiction. It is choreography. I am adjusting the geometry of your relationships so that pouring into others no longer drains you to dust. You will discover that healthy circles do not punish your boundaries. They praise them. You will learn that generosity without wisdom is not love. It is leakage. You will practice saying no with the same tenderness you use for yes, and your no will be a greenhouse around your purpose. The guilt that once nodded at you for choosing yourself will fall away when you see the fruit that choice grows for many. Self-abandonment is not holiness. Alignment is the reason you will blush. It is not embarrassment. It is recognition. You will hear yourself described in language you thought no one knew how to speak. You will listen to someone powerful admit their need for what your heart does naturally, and you will feel a warmth rise that is not pride, but relief. Relief that the thing you carried in secret has a public assignment. After all, you will be tempted to reject the compliment, to deflect the credit, to point at 5 other names. Resist. Share the stage later. First, take your seat. There is a difference between humility and hiding. I did not anoint you for camouflage. When the door opens, bring your story, but do not bleed it out to prove you've earned the room. Your scars are real, and I honor them, but you are not applying for sympathy. You are releasing strategy. Your testimony will open ears. Your excellence will keep them open. Speak plainly, ask boldly, learn quickly, celebrate generously, correct quietly, and make holy mischief. The kind that turns budgets toward mercy, the kind that hires the overlooked, the kind that funds the work no one applauds but everyone needs. Make room safer, make plans kinder, make growth gentler, make strength less lonely. I will handle those who try to ride your rising like a ladder. I will handle those who want access to your shine without accountability. I will handle the subtle sabotage of those who smile while loosening your bolts. You will not need to look over your shoulder every hour. Michael will. Your assignment is forward. Your energy is for building, not bracing. Stand in the grace I pour across your calendar. Watch how opportunities stop feeling like storms to withstand and start feeling like porches to step onto. Watch how my favor makes complex things simple and heavy things light. Prepare in small, concrete ways that honor the bigness without dramatizing it. Organize your thoughts. Update what bears your name. Rehearse the story of what you're building in clean, compassionate language. Decide which values are non-negotiable and write them where you can see them. Rest your body so it believes you are safe. Eat what steadies you. Drink water as if you were watering the garden of your voice. Wear something that reminds you you're allowed to be seen. Speak blessings over the places you will go and the hands you will shake. Bless the pens that will sign your next agreements. Bless the minds that will join your work. Bless the rooms that will echo with your laughter when plans that once felt impossible begin coming true in sensible, stepwise ways. To your heart, that still wonders if love is allowed to meet you here, the answer is yes. I am weaving tenderness into the architecture of this new thing so that you are not forced to choose impact over intimacy.